Again, it's all same footage again, but completely different. Right, positives, areas for development. Come on, let's put things forwards.
I like how much ambient sound was in it. So I think you lose so much if you take away all the ambient sound and you just have a soundtrack there all the time. The mixture of the two was really, really nice.
Yeah, I think our sense of a location is about the sound as well as the vision. And often we're guilty of forgetting that, is that we get so caught up in the visuals that we forget sound. And it's the same thing when we make our own films, isn't it? If you forget the sound design, you get a mediocre film, and by the end of it, get the sound design right, it elevates it to a different position. And I think in this respect, it's the first one that's used ambient sound a lot. There's a few that have used it a little bit, like in the airports and stuff, which has worked nice. But I think the use of ambient sound brings the locations alive a bit, doesn't it? Gives them a sense of place. What did it also do technically? The set by using the ambient sound for some of the tracks.
Yeah, L cut.
Sorry?
Is it L cut?
Yeah, L cut,
J-cut,
yeah.
sorry.
J-cuts and L cuts. You're using both.
Sound on the boat, really.
But it creates continuity. Yeah, it seems like those shots were all shot at exactly the same time because it creates an audio bridge that kind of brings it all together. And I think that was purposely done, wasn't it? It was to give continuity in each section. Yeah, I like that use. I think there's very much a positive. Is taking some of the ambient sound from the original recordings and adding your own sound effects in there, probably, and stuff like that, which is permitted in documentary. We know it's just as constructed as fiction, like the wind sound and some of the other bits. I think that worked really well to give a sense of place. It kind of brought them alive a little bit more, didn't it? And similar to others, you'd use some of the dialogue stuff, and I think that intercut and the interplay between music and the original sound works well. Okay, so good. Anything else? Come on. Stuff.
Fun.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a playfulness about it,
Yeah,
which I thought was
it
quite
really
nice.
caught the whole
Yeah.
entertainment side of what we did in New York.
Yeah, that came across, didn't it? It's guilty
Yeah.
of that sometimes. Remember, I warned you against going too poetic sometimes. When you go with the poetic route, it all ends up being slightly pretentious. And that's my problem with poetic generally. Yeah, people just go solely with poetic. Like, oh, God, just have a laugh occasionally. So you suck all the life out of things if you're not careful. But yeah, that idea, I like the use of the national anthem over top of the flag. I thought that was quite playful. It was very Michael Moore, that, actually. So the influence is coming through there, the idea of playfulness, see the American flag. You can almost always hum it in your head. I'd challenge any of you not to hear that as soon as you see the American flag. Or you go, America, America. That's because I've come from a certain era. But you start singing things in your head when you do have audio connotations as well as visual connotations when you see things, basically. So I think that kind of playfulness worked quite well. I would say some of the sound edits needed tweaking at times. They're a little, you probably know that already, because I know you're a bit fastidious about your sound. It was quite abrupt at times, the transitions, the segues in and out of certain sounds. Some were lovely, some were seamless, others were a bit abrupt. So, and you know how you use your atmosphers within a scene, they then suddenly disappeared when you brought in a vocal, where it would have been nice to just leave them bedded in somewhere lower in the mix, just again to help that continuity. You know, when you're talking to camera or something, if you just continued some of that ambient noise from the previous one over, that would have worked. Does that just sweeten that a little bit? Yeah, but I like the playfulness of it, and the different types of music, as Tara's rightly said before, helps with that episodic nature, doesn't it? Did you get a sense of a week rather than a day?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think again it helped. It wasn't so much a postcard, it was, you still got that sense of a week, even though it was very much, it's my film, so I'm going to be in it. So. But it was more like a video diary, wasn't it? It felt more personal, this one, I think. It was about Jordan's journey to New York, which you'd consciously obviously gone out saying, I'm going to talk to camera a lot. Because a lot of people have used your footage at different points, but it was very much your voice, this is my experience as I go through it, and that came through when you cut it together. Anything else? What about music choices and stuff? Generally worked?
It fit quite well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the personage, you talking to camera, I like the first bit because it's all Atmos rather than music, was nice, because it was more observational than poetic. Again, coming back to your documentary forms, it felt we were there more. Again, when you put the music in between the pictures and you distance yourself, you distance the audience. Whereas with the ambient sound, like Ollie's rightly said, and with some of keeping a lot of the ambient sound in there and no music at all, places you in there. It's more that observational documentary. I'm fly on the wall, I'm there. especially hearing the landing and stuff like that. That was all quite. I know you put other sounds in there as well, but that worked to place us on that journey, which I thought was nice. So yeah, very personal, very much your vision, different to everyone else's, as is everyone's. But I think generally that worked. Yeah, a few technical sounds, just sweeten, smooth that a little bit. But then generally I think it worked. Yeah, so well done. Very different again. Which one we get your